I loved that band because we didn't care. I loved that band because I loved my friends in that band. I loved playing shows with that band. I loved the music we played, and it didn't matter if we sucked or not because everybody was having a fun time. And in the midst of all of that, I can honestly say that we did it 100% for the right reasons, and we stuck to those right reasons 100% of the time until I was proposed with an idea of being able to tour with another band, which I threw away everything that I had with my best friend to go do for the selfish reason of touring to impress people and to play music that I hated. Sorry if you like that band or not. They're great guys. It's not me. Obviously, you can see the music I play and compare it with that. Hated it. Sorry. But what I'm saying is I threw it away for a selfish reason, and since that day I have been blind until this past February. And God revealed to me that what I was doing was self-serving, and I was using His name to get what I wanted out of all of you. And I lied to you. I was not living the life that I was portraying to be. I was a liar. I'm a hypocrite, and I'm sorry. There's a sermon by this guy named Art Katz, one of my favorite people to listen to. He was a revivalist in this 19th century. He died in 2008, and he's spoken to me more in the past 4 months than any person alive on this earth has ever spoken to me. And he has a sermon where he's talking about how he was preaching, and if you're familiar with the church, if you're not familiar with the church, generally the code is, which there shouldn't be a code, but the code is everybody gets greeted. There's an opening song. There's somebody to greet you. You greet the people. You sing 2 more songs. You sit down. You hear a preacher, and then the band comes up and there's like an altar call where you're asked to accept Christ, to say a prayer, or whatever. But with Art Katz, I feel like it wasn't that way. And what he was explaining was he was preaching, and all of a sudden, if you're familiar with it or not, the Holy Spirit came and wiped everybody on their feet. And mind you, he was visiting this church, leading a revival, meaning that wasn't his home church. They asked him to come preach because he was Art Katz. So, when the Holy Spirit came, a conviction came upon that preacher who was preaching at the church, that wasn't preaching that night, because Art Katz was. And he got up, and he apologized for faking it. The Holy Spirit led him to apologize for faking it for all these years. And he had been preaching for 50-somewhat years, and he faked every bit of it. He didn't know what was going on. He knew that there was a God, and how could there not be a God? The generic cream of the crop Christian that went to seminary and got a good job as a pastor making salary, preaching out of a book he doesn't know. And he got up in front of his congregation and he apologized. And he said that was one of the most moving things he'd ever seen. And pastor kept preaching because from then on out, he knew what it was about. That rhymed. So, just in case you didn't know, I'm starting a hip-hop thing after this part. Going by the name Easy Fuel. Christian rap. No, but seriously, I wouldn't feel right ending this without giving each and every one of you the most sincere apology I've ever given anyone, and the most humility that I've ever felt in my life. I'm embarrassed to stand in front of you guys and pretend, or to think that, I'm embarrassed for you guys to think that what I have been doing for the past 5 years was for God. It wasn't. I lied. And I don't know what else to say. And I'm sorry. God's been pulling me in a different direction since February. I called the guys, I quit the band. And I wanted to apologize to every single one of you. I know a lot of you, personally. I know a lot of you personally. I've hung out with you. I've gone to parties with you. I've done things that I shouldn't be doing with you. You know me well. You've seen me outside this door that I've been hiding behind. And I want to say that most non-offensive way that I'm coming out of the closet Stop. Don't clap, because I hate that crap. I really do. I just do. I'm sorry. I hate it. I'm sorry I'm ranting on, but I don't think that I can apologize more or enough. Or, I don't know if I can. It's your job to accept it. It's your job to reject it. If you see me do something in the past that's completely turned you off to anything that I was promoting, sorry, I can't change your opinion. I can't do anything for you other than this. I don't know what else to say. With that being said, this is Set Apart last show. It's one of my favorite bands last show. And it's a Changing of Times, which is also a really good record. Which I feel like a lot of people don't know about. It's funny, me and you were texting last night, and he texted me Art Damage. Nobody knows that record? Nobody. Yeah, you're right. See, nobody knows about that record. Art Damage is a record by a band called Fear Before the March of Flames. Not Fear Before, when they did all this other stuff. Fear Before the March of Flames. Yes, you had to say that or you had to abbreviate it. FPT, yeah, something like that. Yeah, whatever. Dude, I love that record. That was, if Stephen Pogue is here, which I don't know where he's at, he'll testify to the fact that I would play that record all the time on my iPod in African American literature in high school. And he hated it because he thought it sounded like crap.
My band hated it.
Yeah, but it's such a good record, but I don't know. This is our last show. I love you, and I love you with all my heart. I can't thank you enough for being my friend. I can't express to you enough how much these guys mean to me regardless of what I've been doing. It's life, I love them, and there's no bad blood, there's nothing, it's just, I had to stop. And I hope you guys understand that, and I hope you can accept my apology enough to where any kind of like slate that I had between you and me, or you and what I was promoting, can be gone. And if not, then that's fine. That's just the way it is, and you have that choice. And I'm not here to shove that down your throat or anything, which is also a really overused generic quote by a Christian. I don't like that either. But yeah, that's our last show. We're going to open with a really rad cover by this band called POD. And it's going to be hard. But one last thing. And I want to take a minute to say, sorry, I know I'm prolonging things. If you're going to call yourself a Christian, really live it out. Seriously. If you're not, then don't call yourself that, because it's already watered down enough, and this music scene doesn't help it at all. So if you're going to do it in the music scene, really freaking do it. I'm sorry, that's just, you know how much more of an impact you can make if you actually do it? That's just my thoughts. Please learn from what I'm saying, and don't. I'm sorry.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.